We all think the Hilux is powerful. We think the Prado TX is the most powerful off-road vehicle. They will be there and tugamba, mero 350 yesinga, moroka bwejekanga, anti ba anko bafezi bagula. Bafuna mu ku kasente na agula. But I've experienced a car that is much more powerful, much more capable. Nenga na amafuta eganywa. This car was driven by Bebe Cool. Achajirina tajivuga buli lunaku lwansooga yatufuta ndowooza. And we nachi confirming ajja kununa. Kakati, the same car is owned by Jaffa Amin, mutabani wa Amin. The same car is owned by bamuyitani ono munene ow'olubuto. Yalina enviri n'azisarako neyesimba kubwa meya Ragadi. Those guys have the car. Emoroka eyo was driven by Nelly, Fat Joe, Gundi ono, Kevin Hart. All these guys have driven the car. I had the chance to experience it in Ngamba. Why am I experiencing it alone? You come.
It's not the way. Give me what I need. Give you what you need. Boy, kuwe. Now cause a service. My body, my looks, be quick to devil fire.
Remember the Humvee? Those big trucks that warabanga mu films z'aba Talibani. Anti olobanonya Saddam Hussein bagalutulaga gundi Osama bin Laden yekwese mu kinyeno. Those movies ombira abo bagaya abani yazanya film oyo muzungu oyo nga akutte mundu oyo nga agenza okulumba Osama bin Laden. Yatulaga nti baleta gaye omu ava maje ga America ava mu SFC yawe nga yagenza okunonya Osama bin Laden babwambye olwa abantu. Those Humvees ezo zibavuganga. Now those were for the army. Then they created the H1. The H1 was still a good car, still rugged, very huge. But General Motors asked for the rights to produce one that was more human-friendly. Not human-friendly, but one that would be very roadworthy. The other Hummer was huge. Like, you see, this is huge. The other was huge, you know. And then they started producing. They produced two versions. Now, this one was the first civilian version. The more civilian version. Forget the H1. This is what they call the H2. This was the more civilian version. Much more comfortable, much more, still big, still not very fuel friendly because enojora by 6,000 cc. Zenavuga 6.5 ngende wange ne komo ne design niyo. Nabula no jimu design nga sinatuka wange. Kati you can imagine a 6,000 cc vehicle. Now this is the Hammer 2, the H2. There is a smaller version which is the H3, but today let us concentrate on the H2. You see where the tire ends? The tire is almost as tall as my youngest son, and that's what we call the Hammer H2. Well, come, let's experience it together. Ate munaga mambo chichi.
Give me chance, I'll blow your mind. Say what I saw, show you ya. Excuse me, posing. Lava when panana, when jaka, beweraga, twala bada, twagoba, twakoa. I need a man who can love me.
That is the Hammer H2. Kasaundi okaulid. Can some of you will never feel this life? Hey. And you guys, let's make money. Let's make money. The experience that I'm having in this car is something else. Now, this is the H2, like I said. It looks like a normal car. It's just a humongous. When you come, so guys, the Hammer H2. Now, the owner of this particular one, yatekamu equalizer eyiye, na yatekamu an extra woofer, and this Hammer goes up to 120 kilometers maximum speed. It has a normal RPM. Atite ina kataraka oil. Come. Janguli nyewa. Binya watotia. ayinza okubeera eyo mbw ate nyinza okugenda Arthur nankuba olugikamu jangu balage. So this car here nga bw'onoogiraba, it goes up to 120 kilometers maximum. This is where the oil, what would be the oil lamp is. This is the battery meter, fuel gauge, erimu ndoza quarter tank nange nyongeddemu kutufu nga gaweddemu mwegali. And then temperature gauge, yeah, and then yeah, RPM. Now this car is automatic. Someone actually thought it was manual. It's automatic. It has a plane like gear lever, yeah. Omanyingo ogenda ovuga ennyonyi abadde aba films z'ennyonyi kanyongere omuto gwange emabega. The guys that normally watch aeroplanes, you see the lever they pull. That's how it looks. It's not very comfy, chinyenya n'okunyenya, and then it has four-wheel drive. It has four-wheel drive full time. Okay, now it's a little bit still rugged, but come on, it's a Hummer. It's a little bit rugged. The lights, you control the lights from here.
I need a man who can love me.
Your climate control is here, and if you're towing something, this is where you do it from. And if you want to lift or, well, I'm not sure it works. I'm not sure it works, but this ideally would help our suspension either go up or down. I don't think it works anymore. Climate control, this Android radio was put here, yeah, and then it has standard seat belts, but the seat belts of this car come with the seats, yeah. They are not tied to the frame like our other seat belts, but I think the seat must be very firm. It has storage here. Of course, the AC vents are there. I find that it's still rugged, but it's not as beautiful, as feminine as would want my car to look. But somehow I'm in love with the Hummer. It comes with the standard automatic, and it has 3 gears that are independent: gear number 3, number 2, and number 1. Yeah, and it comes with 3 cigarette pots. I don't know what that is for, but you see the amount of space I get in the driver's seat. Yeah, and it has steering controls, of course, for volume and media, but you see what the amount of space you have in the rear. And this is how you come on. You even have a handle here because, well, it's a huge vehicle. And then you get in, and then the people in the rear, this is real SUV, yeah? Like the people in the rear sit and they are a little higher than the rest of the people behind. It's something else. You guys are going to have fun.
She give up like that, you know? No, you tell her this. Tell her the wallet is heavy. Yeah.
But you see, it has an extra seat here, and then a dog spot. And then it has a seat here. So 3 passengers could actually sit here, and then 1 passenger here, and then 1 driver here, and then 1 passenger. It has also climate control in the back. Yeah. If any man gave the wife this car, the wife would allow you to marry another wife, just as long as you continue fueling it. Because I'm a foot got a gazanya. But I want you to see how the bonnet opens. Come. And I want you to see how you open this bonnet. Of course, you have the normal bonnet puller, but then you have these latches that lock it a little more. It has 1 latch that way, and then another latch that way, and then you pull on the bonnet like this, and that's how it opens. And then inside here is the General Motors Vortec V8 engine. It has 8 cylinders this way and 8 cylinders this way. This can give you up to 320 horsepower. Now this is 6 liter, but later they made a 6.2 liter version. Power after power after power. This thing chinywa amafuta ntadde ekizike kyange naye kiganywedde. And then it has this is not your normal battery. It has I think this is the battery that came with it. But anyway, it has its own battery. They have not yet kuyiya this electronically. Tebannaba okujjako ndabayo wano obuwaya, but this is massive.
Give me what I need, give you what you need, boy.
This is massive. And then this is how you replace. This is 325 horsepower in here, 6 liter. You know, your normal Kaundo 2.4 liter gives you 8 to 10 kilometers per liter, yeah? Now, this V8 here will give you about 2 kilometers. But it will give you about 2 kilometers per liter. So come. This is how you replace, how you close the bonnet of the Hummer. And you close the latches from here. You lock it up and you lock it up. I love how the doors close. Let me just put my Mario so that you hear it. And that's how it closes. It comes with a suspension that can adjust if the button still works, if the mode still works, down. This was almost switched, but it was switched. It was switched. And you know what, guys? This Hummer can tow up to 3,000 kgs. Tow. That's why it has a tow bar. Chitezo soro gatako trailer kuno. Isika kilo 13. No jisikako ne wano if you have to tow people. But what is it me telling you about the car? You need to experience it. You're going to sit here. You're going to sit here and then come take a ride with me. And now I will tell you, people don't react the same. When you're driving like a Hummer, they don't react to you the same way as when you're driving your normal SUVs. Like if this was a TX, it would be normal. But this is a Hummer. I want us to go experience this car and then feel how it moves. Now, this is how you engage the gears, normal. But like I said, a Uganda one, amateka gagamba. You're not allowed to drive without your seatbelt. Yeah? So I put my seatbelt on and I disengage the handbrake. And where is the phone? We play when it is tower. And then we proceed. And I love the sound. And then you engage up to. And then you engage. It has no reverse camera. It has no reverse camera. You use the good old internet. And show them. This is how strong this thing is. That's a hill, yeah? I want us to go over it. So how do I feel about this machine? I think this is something everyone would this is one car that everyone would love to drive, yeah? I don't know why you take a look at. This is one car that everyone would love to drive. There are two reasons why we don't have a lot of Hummers on the road. The way we have Kaundos. One, it has a sunroof, yeah? It has a sunroof. There are two reasons why we don't have Hummers on the road. One is that it's expensive to buy, yeah? And two, the fuel consumption is through the roof. So that's one reason. But it's very comfortable. It's almost like you're driving a twice. It's almost like you're driving a Kaundo of sorts. It's not as comfortable as a Kaundo, but it's comfortable enough. Let's go down here. Do you feel the roar of that engine? It's fantastic. I wanted to see if the AC actually works. Let's put it in very cold and engage the button, the AC button. The AC actually works. The AC actually works. And then the question is going to be, are there some right-hand hammers? Yes, they exist, but they were made by a company which is not General Motors. So General Motors makes left-hand drive because it makes for the American market majorly, and then there are companies that are there that could possibly just make it, turn it into right-hand drive. So all they have to do is create a new wheel system. They create another dashboard, and everything else could be played around with. The only thing they have to make, because you shift, and there are some German vehicles. There are some German vehicles that are very easy to switch. It has a setup for the steering this side, and so you just shift this entire system here and put it that side, and then you turn the bolts and put them on, and then it will work. So guys, I want us to feel the full impact of this car and how fast it can go. And of course, knowing that this has more than 100,000 kilometers on the clock. The raw. Like the responsible person I am, you know, when you sit in the Hummer, you're supposed to display that kind of responsibility. The only challenge I saw with the Hummer would not be probably the maintenance costs only and the fuel, but you see the behind seats, we don't have any headroom, yeah? And I find that about today, the same thing that happens with the Land Rover, yeah? But other than that, sitting in this car behind without headroom, I think most people would not mind, even the tall ones, they would at least bend. But overall, the experience of the Hummer is something that is good. And who has ever seen, apart from Bebe Cool's Hummer that we saw broken, Kabodo joint Kamenyeka. But other than that, we have never seen a Hummer that actually broke down on the road. It means they either take long to break down, or when they break down, they get kept enough. They are never brought out on the road again. Overall, the Hummer brings a lot of attention to us, the drivers. If you happen to be able to drive one, there's a lot of attention that you get. I had a lot of interested parties that wanted to get close to me, not only because I'm Arthur, but because I had a Hummer with me. And I have challenges that don't allow me to drive my car, this Hummer, to my home far away in the village. Of course, fuel consumption is one of them, but other challenges as well. But otherwise, my kids would be very delighted to ride in the Hummer. And if you have a lot of money, or enough money, if you happen to make enough money to afford you the chance of being able to even just hire this Hummer, go ahead and hire it and experience it for just a day, like I've been able to experience it, and drive it around, or feeling just Hummer. You get. But thank you very much for being part of this review of the Hummer. There is not so much to say about it apart from enjoying it. Just know I enjoyed it on your behalf. I know you too enjoyed it. And until next time, let me take it in slowly by slowly until the owner takes it out.